Hey, it's another 5 minutes with Mike. Welcome back. Today I want to talk to you about a really interesting thing. It's called our heart. I know that might not sound interesting to some of you, but the reality is we ignore it constantly. And I firmly believe, and science supports the idea that if we ignore our heart, we in essence are ignoring growth and possibility and potential. Too often, for too long, leadership in life, in organizations, in families has been associated with a strength that comes solely from the mind. Um, this kind of IQ, purposeful, intellectual only, command and control, dictatorial, do what I say because I have the smarts process. Well, that's part of who we are, and that's part of how we lead. But if you really want to transform society, if you really want to transform your company, if you really want to transform yourself, well, you've got to transform your heart first. You have to, as I say, clear your heart so that you are able to lead others. Make sense? Here's something you might not know. Our body communicates up to our mind way more often than our mind communicates down to our body. The majority of all our information going up is from our heart to our brain. Yep. And yet we don't listen. It's not that hard. We just got to relax, take a moment, take a breath, and commit to the process of saying, I'm going to listen to myself. I'm going to learn who I am so that I may help others. It's this simple, and yet it is this complex. That duality that we live in nature, whereby we look at everything in our world as two separate things, life and death, black and white, up and down, outside, inside, heart and mind. The reality is that duality, that way we look at everything, nothing exists without the other. So in essence, they're actually integrated. We, just in our perception, separate them. There is no black without white. There is no outside without an inside. There is no us without the heart and the mind. It's together. They talk to each other, so we should listen. I often say to my clients in my lectures and in my workshops that, the heart speaks, the mind listens, and the spirit acts. That order, that process, that's powerful and that's transformational. Step one, though, of course, you got to know your heart. How do you know your heart? You got to figure out what you value. We're all unique. We're all put here for a different reason. So stop doing what everybody else is doing. Stop listening to what they say you should value. Look inside. Take some time. Get with yourself. What do you value? It doesn't matter, but it just needs to be true. It needs to be authentic and it needs to be pure. Because what you value guides your decisions when you listen to them. I love you. That's important to know. And that's a big part of what guides all my decisions. It's why I transform leadership every day of my life. It's why I believe that it is the emerging youth and the emerging leaders that will transform this world. A world in which we have served far too long for the development of the few at the expense of the many. So, listen to your heart. It's already talking. You just got to open up and be brave enough to know that it has something to say that is powerful, and it will be there for you, and it can help you learn why you're here in this world. That's 5 minutes with Mike. I'll talk to you next time. Peace.